Good morning. Good morning. Hi. Good morning and welcome. My name is Amber Nicosia. I have the honor of being the president here at Penn South. I want to thank all of you. Thank you. I want to thank all of you for joining us on an exciting day, not only for Penn South, but for the city as well. Our affordable cooperative has been improving the lives of middle and low income New Yorkers for 61 years by providing high quality, low income housing for New Yorkers. And we talk amongst ourselves a lot about preserving our community for future generations. And this means more than affordability. It means being dedicated to sustainable practices and making efforts to reduce our carbon footprint so that we are passing down a cleaner and healthier community to our children. By offering fast charging electric vehicle stations, we are able to contribute to that mission. According to the Department of Transportation, 30% of the city's greenhouse emissions are created by transportation. And scientists say vehicle electrification is one of the best ways to reduce this carbon footprint. The Penn South Board of Directors decided to install electric vehicle charging stations to give our residents the option to move away from gas-powered cars to cleaner electric technology. And by making these chargers open to the public and to the residents in our community, we hope to support other residents who share that same goal and values that we do here at Penn South. Before we begin, I must thank General Manager Ryan Dietzick. He took this idea and made it a reality. I can't tell you how much time and energy went into what you have here in front of you today. Thank you, Ryan. I am thrilled that we are joined by our representatives today, by Manhattan Borough President Mark Levine, State Senator Brad Hoylman Siegel, Council Member Eric Bottcher, Assembly Member Tony Simone. Thank you all for celebrating with us today, for championing for affordable housing, and for your commitment to the environment. I would first welcome Manhattan Borough President Mark Levine to say a few words.
Thank you so much, Amber. Give her a big round of applause. Doing a great job as president here. And Ryan, I've never been in a housing development in Manhattan where they cheered for the general manager. That is unheard of. You're doing something right. Thrilled to be joined by my colleagues and friends, State Senator Brad Hoylman Siegel, Assemblymember Tony Simone, Councilmember Eric Bottcher. Give them all a big round of applause. Love them. You know, affordable housing is great when it's rental, but there's something special about affordable home ownership. When the people who live in this housing have control over what happens in their buildings and over what happens in their campus, you get things like this. I am so inspired by the vision of the shareholders of Penn South, which is so far beyond just providing themselves with good housing. You have a vision for this community to make it a healthier community in so many ways. And my goodness, that must include the transition to a carbon-free world. We have to electrify everything that moves. And we've got the technology now. We've even got fire trucks, which are electric, and ambulances and 18-wheelers. The missing link is the charging infrastructure. And now we have two stations right here in the heart of Manhattan, and they're fast charging and they're accessible to the public too. So thank you, Penn South. I am thrilled about this. Can't wait to cut the ribbon. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next, we have State Senator Brad Hoylman Siegel. Please share a few words.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Happy New Year, everyone. State Senator Brad Hoylman Siegel. very proud to be here. I love the bunting. It feels like it should be July 4th, but for the weather. Let me say this, Amber and Ryan, that New York has established very ambitious climate goals through the Climate Leadership and Community Protection Act. We need to reduce our greenhouse gas emissions by 40% by 2030 and by 85% by 2050. I'm so proud to have supported that legislation with Assemblymember Simone and our other colleagues. But that means that we need more electric vehicles on the road. Right now, we only have 187,000 electric vehicles in the state of New York. We need to increase that by 2 to 3 million if we're to meet our climate goals by 2030. And we need to increase the number of electric vehicles by 10 million if we're to meet our climate leadership goals by 2050. So Penn South's support of EV charging stations is going to be crucial. And so I'm very grateful, not just for this generation of Penn South residents, but for future generation of Penn South residents and New Yorkers and citizens of the world to make certain that we finally get a grip on carbon emissions and save our planet. So thank you very much. It's worthy of bunting and a ribbon cutting. And I'm very proud to next introduce my colleague at the city level who does so much work on this issue, Councilmember Eric Bottcher.
Thank you, Senator. This is a very exciting day right here at Penn South, the heart and soul of Chelsea. And this is an important day for our climate. And it's the kind of occasion that we should be replicating again and again and again all over New York City, all over New York State, and all over the country. And we should be doing this as quickly as possible. If you've seen the videos of what's happening this winter out on Fire Island, the beach is gone. We're seeing the effects with heat killing crops. We're going to be facing massive food shortages. Last year was the hottest year on record by far. So we know what the problem is, and we know what's causing it. What's causing it is the burning of fossil fuels. So I say, leave it in the ground. No more fossil fuel burning cars, trucks, buses. And in New York State, by the year 2035, you will no longer be allowed to purchase a fossil fuel burning car. So here we are in Penn South, in Chelsea, celebrating these electric car charging stations. And this is really a testament to the leadership of Amber, Nicosia, and the board. Let's give the board and Amber, everyone, I see lots of board members here, and Ryan and everyone at Penn South. Ryan, you're doing a great job. That's a tough job managing. It's kind of like, Penn South is way bigger than my hometown. So you're kind of like the mayor of several of my hometowns. Thank you, everyone. Thanks to all my colleagues. Let's go out and make this happen again and again and again, all over the country, all over the world. I have the honor of introducing a great colleague of mine, a great partner of mine in Albany, someone that when he goes up to Albany, he fights for the environment every time. Assemblymember Tony Simone.
All right. Thank you, Eric. You clearly have fire on your mind, and it is sad what we're seeing out there. Good morning, everyone. I want to thank Amber and Ryan. You both have a very tough job. You do very well. I want to thank Penn South. We need more Penn Souths across the state. Mitchell-Lama home-owned homes owned by our New Yorkers, affordable housing everywhere, and I'm fighting for that every day in Albany. I want to just say, look, we all know Mother Earth is dying. We know fossil fuels is so 1990s. It's about time that we have electric charging stations everywhere. For the folks, our constituents that own electric cars, not enough of them yet. We have to make that more affordable. We put tax credits in the last budget, but there's only several hundred of them throughout Manhattan. We need one everywhere in New York so you could actually utilize them. And it's important because we're way behind the curve on this. The climate crisis is real. No matter what we do now is not enough. So we have to make sure that we stop the use of fossil fuels. The bigger polluters of the earth are our old buildings and our cars. And we need to make sure that all cars are electric sooner than later. So I'm happy to be here celebrating this electric charger station. We need them everywhere throughout the state and throughout the nation and the world. We're behind the curve. Like I said, fossil fuels is so 1990s. Let's get with the program.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Ryan Dietzig, General Manager. Okay, so this is a historic moment. These two DC fast chargers are the only ones in the 5 boroughs that is generated by private generation. So we are off the Con Ed grid. Our power plant produces electricity 60% more efficient than the Con Ed grid. So not only are we taking care of the environment, we're not overburdening the grid, and we're doing it in a sensible, logical fashion. The management office will monitor the usage data over the next couple of months, and if the information comes back that warrants it, we will be maybe adding 1 or 2 more stations to this driveway. We put in the infrastructure to accommodate that, so we'll be monitoring that moving forward. Thank you all for joining us today. Thank you so much to Borough President Mark Levine, to Senator Brad Hoylman Siegel, Councilmember Eric Botcher, and Assemblymember Tony Simone for your continued support for our community. Your dedication to affordable housing and protecting the environment is vitally important to this city. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank the Penn South Board of Directors and Board President Amber Nicosia for your forward thinking and allowing me to pursue this initiative. It is an honor to serve as your general manager. Pursuing energy conservation, reducing our impact on the environment is a priority for Penn South, and we are proud of this accomplishment. And now I'd like to invite all of you to gather around while President Amber Nicosia formally opens the EV charging stations by cutting the ceremonial ribbon.
3, 2, 1. Hooray!